Well, how are you?
Is there any changes to the agenda?
No, there are no changes to the agenda.
Motion to adopt the agenda.
Move approval.
Second. Motion second, adopt the agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Need approval of the March 28, 2013 minutes or any corrections or additions. Move approval as reported. Second. Motion second to approve as they were recorded. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Those minutes are now official. Any council members in the audience that would like to speak? I don't see any. Jennifer, items to be on deferred or withdrawn.
Certainly. On the items for deferral or withdrawal, the first is item number 1, 2013 SP 009001, Cahal Corners, a request to rezone from R6 to SPMR zoning for properties located at 1621 and 1623 Cahal Avenue to permit up to 10 residential units. The staff recommendation is to defer to the May 9th, 2013 Planning Commission meeting. The second is the second item on the agenda, 2013 SP 016001 Richland Park, a request to rezone from CS and RS 7.5 to SPR zoning for properties located at 332 and 322 54th Avenue North and 323 53rd Avenue North to permit up to 40 residential units. And the staff recommendation is to defer to the April 25th, 2013 Planning Commission meeting. The final item on deferral is item 6, 2013 S 046001, Country Club Estates, re-subdivision of lots 15 and 16. A request for final plat approval to create 4 lots on property located at 1801 McGavick Pike, zoned RS 7.5. The staff recommendation is to defer to the April 25th, 2013 Planning Commission meeting.
Okay, thank you. There's been a request for items 1, 2, and 6 to be deferred. Is there a motion to accept those?
Motion to defer.
Second. Motion second to defer. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Those items have now been deferred. Items on consent.
As information for our audience, if you are not satisfied with the decision made by the Planning Commission today, you may appeal the decision by petitioning for a writ of cert with the Davidson County Chancery or Circuit Court. Your appeal must be filed within 30 days of the date of the entry of the Planning Commission's decision. To ensure that your appeal is filed in a timely manner and that all procedural requirements have been met, please be advised that you should contact independent legal counsel. And before I read the consent agenda, notice to the public, items on the consent agenda will be voted on as single time. No individual public hearing will be held, nor will the commission debate these items unless a member of the audience or the commission requests that the item be removed from the consent agenda. We've got 3 items on the consent agenda today. The first is item number 3 on the agenda, 2013 Z-011PR-001, a request to rezone from R20 to CL zoning for a portion of properties located at 611 Old Hickory Boulevard. Staff recommendation is approval. Item number 4, 97P-027-001, Woodbury, Phase 2, a request to amend the preliminary plan for a portion of the Woodbury Residential PUD Overlay District located at Woodbury Falls Drive, unnumbered, zoned R15 to permit 19 single-family lots where 11 single-family lots were previously approved. The staff recommendation is approve the amended preliminary plan with conditions. And finally, item number 5, 88P-009-002, Autumn Oaks, Phase 10B. A request for final PUD approval for a portion of the Autumn Oaks PUD Overlay District on a portion of the property located at Autumn Crossing Way, unnumbered, to permit 32 single-family lots, zoned R20. And the staff recommendation is to approve with conditions.
Okay, there's been a request to approve on consent item 3, 4, and 5. Is there a motion for that?
So moved.
Motion second to approve items 3, 4, and 5 on consent. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. For the members of the audience, all the business as far as approval or deferrals have been taken care of. Hunter, any report from the Historic Commission?
Just busy, lots of
Okay.
infill happening, local neighborhoods, housing markets, coming back.
Neighborhood's aging every day. Okay.
More of them.
Phil Ponder, Board of Parks and Recreation.
Just
Working through the budget. We've got a lot fewer personnel, and with the constraints request, we are putting in a special request, though, to help us out with a particular area. Next meeting will be on May the 7th at noontime.
Councilman, anything from the courthouse?
The council will start our budget hearings on Tuesday, May the 14th, and just so happens that planning is on that agenda. They're scheduled to be there at 5:30 if everything's running on time. And I understand that we're going to have our retreat at Two Rivers Mansion. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's
So,
on April the 20th,
right.
8:30.
And so I'm excited for y'all to come out and see. Two Rivers is probably one of the, I'd say, the most attractive historic buildings in the Davidson County area right now. We're right on the tail end of a 16 months, $1.2 million restoration of the exterior of the building in the 1802 house. So you're going to see some impressive woodwork when you come.
Thank you. Doug?
We've got three items that we'd like to let everybody know about. As part of the Nashville Next Speaker Series, Bill Fulton will be speaking on Monday, April 22nd, regarding infrastructure and smart growth. And this will be at the Nashville Children's Theater at 5:30. I know the others were at Scarrett Bennett, but I think the next few will be over at the Nashville Children's Theater. There's some new YouTube videos online. Will be online tomorrow. One is a short conversation with Ellen Dunham Jones, who was our last speaker that came in and spoke with us. There's also a video there regarding the reaction from the audience members that were present. And the third thing that we want to make sure everybody knows about is the interviews that we're starting for the Planner 2 position in the design studio. And we'll have those interviews this week and next week. There is one other thing that I wanted to mention. I wanted to thank the councilman for his emails to the state legislature. There was a bill at the state legislature that was going to vastly change the way vesting occurs in Tennessee, and was essentially going to prevent local governments from being able to change zoning on property for 5 years. If someone simply files an application for a building permit, it would prevent local governments from being able to change the zoning. And I think it was going to be pretty devastating to our ability to plan and for local legislative bodies to be able to protect their community from bad development, and to just simply plan and make changes to our zoning code. And Councilman Claiborne really got active and helped us out in communicating with state legislature, and I want to let you know I really appreciate that.
What's the status of the bill?
The Senate State and Local Committee sent it to summer study. So hopefully what we'll do is we'll spend some time this summer meeting with the Home Builders Association, which I think was promoting the legislation, and have an opportunity for all of us to sit down and understand what they were trying to accomplish, and maybe we can come up with legislation that we'll all agree on.
I just had a question for Doug. Is the Ellen Dunham Jones presentation going to be available?
Yes, it'll be available along with the comments afterwards.
It's being edited right now, and it'll be posted tomorrow. After the presentation.
Okay. Any other comments from the commissioners? Adjourned.
For the record, I would mention